Vi är överallt presenteras av Bettingstugan.
Okay, Filip, it's great to have you on the podcast. I've been hoping to get you on ever since you signed. You've been here for how long now?
It's been a couple of weeks. I'm not keeping a track now since we training, and I don't know. I'm not focused. How many?
It's all days look the same, right? Eat, sleep, basically. Train, basically.
Yeah, basically.
That's probably what it's going to be like now with Michel Thomasen. It's not going to be much else but eat, sleep, and train and play some games. But what have the first couple of weeks been like? I mean, you flew into Benidorm and then trained and then Stockholm and now here. What are the first impressions so far?
I mean, so far it's been everything. It's been great since I came. Since I joined to the team, everybody welcomed me very, very nice, and I jumped in and started straight away with the hard work, and so far we have done a very, very good job training wise, because we pushing every day. Really, it's intense, and it's a progress. Of course, it's a long way, but we go day by day. So far it's been great. Yeah.
I mean, so many of the players that I talk to when they arrive, they always say the same thing. Everybody's been nice to me. Everybody's been welcoming to me. Is that not always the case when you move to a new team? Are there times throughout your career where you felt like, okay, maybe this is not quite as welcoming?
I would say more or less would be same situation, because if you, at the end of the day, if you are human, you make it. You do your best to welcome a new player, and at least from my side, when somebody was coming from somewhere, and I tried always to give support and some confidence in the basic stuff. So to feel that flair, to feel chilled when it comes.
And to be competitive on the pitch, but off the pitch, like you also have to build sort of like a brotherhood amongst those new team members, right? So you want to be welcoming, I guess, to new players, but once Michel blows the whistle, you're not all friends anymore.
Yeah, I mean, on the pitch. Whether that is a training or a game is different. I would say it's a different world, because you fight, you have to be focused, you have to do all that you can to win. Outside the pitch, we are trying to make a good atmosphere, which I think this team has. From what I've seen so far, and I think that's very important when it comes to winning the games and play good football, play confident football. It's very important. Also, outside cohesion, I would say. How do you say? I don't know the word. I think that's the
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Thomas Benkovic talked about when you signed that one of the elements that went into choosing to play for AIK was the fact that you would get a full preseason. You would get a chance to build yourself up and really get into it, rather than signing for a team in the January window that is already in the midst of the season. Was that like an important factor for you when picking the team?
Yeah, for sure. It was one of the factors as well, and I was at points, where I could have choose something different in terms of securing myself afterwards, but I just didn't have a feeling inside of myself that that's what I want now. I wanted to compete. I wanted a challenge as well, and this was the other reason why I came here, and also everything around this club, because I heard a lot about the AIK before, and about the fans, about the atmosphere in the club, and I think it was a decision made that I felt it in the heart, so I didn't want to make other direction, which would be, I think, more easier to make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because at some point players get to an age when it's not all about the career, but you also got to think about the future and what happens after your career. And I guess it's different. For some players, those thoughts can come sooner, and for other players, they still feel like I still have too much to give before I start thinking about like retirement and securing my future too much. So sounds like you were still too ambitious and too hungry.
Yeah, I mean, football. I think when you mentioned that some of the players come that thoughts earlier, some of them afterwards. Football changes in the way of this, thinking about that. But I decided this because I'm still hungry, and also last couple of years I've been playing, then I haven't been playing, I haven't been playing. So that's all of those trainings that I made last couple of years, and I haven't been chosen to play. Made me more like hungry to still push.
Yeah, to prove yourself, right?
Yeah, to go again.
Yeah. What were some of the things that you knew about the club, or let me put it this way. I'm curious. When a new club approaches you, do you go to YouTube and look the team up, or do you go to Instagram? Do you try to do some research and see if it's a cool team to potentially play for?
I mean, usually when some clubs approach you, and I would go for example, I would go Transfermarkt, to see the team, to see how is the squad, what kind of formation they play, standings in the league as well. Do they fight for trophies and so on and so on. Okay, of course, every league is different, in clubs and bigger level, lower level. But this is what I would. Firstly, I would go, or if I know somebody from that club.
If you know any of the players, you mean?
Other players that's playing there or play there, so I would talk to and a little bit, and that would be from my side. But
then later on, I'm assuming you also look up, okay, what is the atmosphere like?
Of course. This was because I knew about AIK, and I was watching also on YouTube, but I was watching before some games of the AIK, because there was playing also Croatians in the club, and only I can say about that, it's another level of support in the club, and it's unbelievable. This is what football is all about, in my opinion. So the fans and all this coming together. So
you played for Dinamo Zagreb when you were young, right?
Yeah.
Which also has a pretty good atmosphere and passionate fans and stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, when I was there, it was a bit different because there was some situation outside of the club connected to the board and stuff, and
I see.
People were not coming as much as now.
Yeah.
And now it's unbelievable atmosphere there as well. But it's time to make. They have to make a new stadium there. That's for sure, because this one is.
It's too old.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like being like a young, talented player playing for a team like Dinamo Zagreb, and then all of a sudden a big Premier League team shows interest, and all of a sudden, you go from one level to the absolute highest level in the world to play for a Premier League team. What is that transition like? Is it all of a sudden when you step on the pitch, you're like, holy shit, everybody's so good? Or what is the transition like?
That was a period where Okay, I had also when I was younger ups and downs, which is normal for every player. But yeah, when I made that transfer to Leicester, it was a proud moment for me because I know what I've been through to make that step. And yeah, when I came there, on training, then you can see that actually that you can, you can fight, you can be in that on that level. But that first year we agreed with the club as well after a couple of weeks training there to send me. I was on loan in Celtic.
Yeah.
So, but if you were asking me back then, because it's not always your choice where you are going, in the club, I would have made a step before before coming to Premier League.
Yeah, because but it's probably hard to say no as well. You have a chance to sign for a Premier League team.
Of course, your heart says, "Oh, come on, go there and fight."
Yeah.
You have to accept the challenge because you never know if another comes. So
yeah.
But the club also, Dinamo was also, they are leaving from the selling players, so
yeah,
you have to go.
Yeah, so it was, in a sense, it was a good transfer for everybody. But then you went to Celtic, and that's where you got to know Mikael Lustig, right?
Yeah.
He's quite a character.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy.
What can you say about him?
Well, Mika is he's a great lad and a great player, and I enjoyed the time with him there because he makes that. He makes this atmosphere special in the dressing room, that's for sure. In the normal training session, either we are just hanging out in the dressing room, on the pitch, on training, or either we are celebrating something, some title. But he's one of the players that you would love to have in every team, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had him here.
Yeah, no. We spoke the other day, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
And you spoke to him before making the transfer, right?
Yeah.
What did he tell you about AIK?
No, he said only great stuff about the club, and he said if I would need something when I come there, so I can call him, and yeah, for sure. I believe we will meet when everything settles down a little bit, more time, and
yeah. I'm a little bit curious because you've been part of many pretty big teams already in your career. Can you bring out like one or two players from each team that were just like players you either looked up to or players that really impressed you? Like some of the best players you've had on each of the teams. Which guys comes to mind from Leicester, Celtic, and Italy and Germany and so forth? And national team.
Yeah, I mean national team. Everybody knows who's number one. Then Luka Modric is for sure. But we have good national team, so many players with high quality, high level, playing on high level, very high level.
But Modric is number one.
Yeah, I would put him because what he achieved, and where he came from. So huge respect for that. Well, from my time in Leicester, I would say for sure. I mean, Jamie Vardy is a special character, and it was goal scoring machine, I would say, and James Maddison, unbelievable player.
Yeah,
there was many top players there, but I would say these two made the biggest difference on the pitch.
Did N'Golo Kanté play when you were there?
No.
They'd sold him?
Yeah, I arrived after.
Okay.
I arrived after, yeah.
I see. But competing against Jamie Vardy in every single practice must meant you have to stay on your game because he's not gonna go quiet at any point.
yeah. It was a good challenge going against him on the pitch, on the training. I enjoyed. Really enjoyed. Yeah.
Do you pick up certain things from the different leagues and the different types of football when you go travel places? Is there like nuances that vary in the leagues that teach you stuff that you can use throughout your career?
Of course. I mean, first of all, when I started, I didn't think I will change that many clubs, because I'm not that kind of person as a player. But that's life, that's football. You never know in life and football when whatever you do in life, where this will bring you. But and then when I came, when you let's say stuck in that position, I said to myself, okay, fuck it, go take the best out of it and try to be best version of yourself in every situation that you are. And of course, I learned in every country something different. For example, in Italy, you train a lot of tactical trainings, and it makes you play more easy on the game, because every player knows exactly where it has to go.
And the pace is slower, but it's very
tactically, a lot of tactical, like a chess.
Yeah.
Like a chess, and so every small details, they are paying a lot of attention to. Even when you make a mistake, they are paying lots of attention to talking about that. So it's a good to have that also in Turkey is specific. Everybody knows Turkey is specific, but I think it's going every year better and better. The quality is higher every year, so.
But there's also a huge gap between the best teams.
Yeah. Because they invested a lot of money there, and just this year and last year when I was there, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray, they are just investing so much money there and bringing players that paying for one player that, for example, other team trying to stay in the league are paying for the whole team. So we lost the final against Besiktas last year, but overall was okay. Overall was good, So.
And which of the teams you played for after you left Zagreb has been like the team that you felt suited you the best, where it like truly worked for you? Which part?
I can tell you where I enjoyed the most. I enjoyed the most for sure in Celtic. Yeah, I enjoy everything around the club, inside the club, and we were playing at the time, European Championship as well, and I enjoyed that time. I wished at that time I stayed longer, but it was not my decision. They want to bring me back to Leicester because I had a good season back then, and then I got injured in the national team, and everything was going in the wrong direction after that. So
that was also a chance to play for a team that was also a championship contender. I mean, Celtic pretty much wins the league every year. So the other teams you've played for have been chasing, but they haven't been the favorites. And now you get a chance to come to a club that, even though some of the last few seasons have been so-and-so at times, this is really truly a club that is supposed to be at the top of the table in a similar way that maybe you can talk about Celtic. Even though AIK hasn't always been delivering on that, it is, as I'm sure you know, the biggest club, and usually size translates to being a successful team over time.
Yeah. I agree. The AIK is a huge club, and it's a process, by making those small steps to come on the top and stay on the top. But I'm short time now here, but from what I've seen, it's that we, in good direction. Everything is in good direction, and it's a process. And the club is just too big, to fight for anything else other than for the title.
Yeah,
simple as that.
What did Michal say when you were thinking? I'm assuming did you have like a Zoom meeting with him or anything? What did he say?
Yeah.
When you talked about potentially coming here?
Yeah, we had a video call a couple of times, and Thomas as well. Yeah, it was really. When I talk, I'm trying to be open, direct, and simple. Not making some this, that. Yeah, it was a really nice and open conversation. They talked me about the club, the way they work, and I loved it. Everything I heard. Because everything was honest, everything was simple, and I didn't hesitate. I made the decision really quick, to be honest. It was not for me after the we had I think, video calls, and I made the decision really, really easy.
Did they talk anything about what they're trying to build here, like what they're trying to do?
Yeah, they told me that, like you mentioned as well, that this club, maybe the last couple of years has been through some challenging times, which is normal. Every club has that moments, and that they are trying to build again the club who is not just fighting for the title, is like favored, to get the title. And of course, like we say, it's a process. Not these kind of things cannot go like 1-2 days with magic. But everything that they said, they are showing every day on training, because of they are taking care of lots of details, which I think is important. And and the group itself is amazing. So we just have to keep the hard work, and I think we go in good direction.
Yeah. What is the intensity in trainings and in the gym, and just overall, if the training intensity compared to other places you've been before?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about the other day with, I don't know who I spoke to, from maybe Dino or someone. The intensity on training is really, really high. In terms of pressing, in terms of reaction after the last ball, which I think is very, very important. It can help you in the game as well. But we have to be on the same page as well. But this, now it's pre-season, and it will come. But I was really positively surprised, because the intensity here, for example, it's difficult to see, for example, in Turkey. It's a club who is fighting for, top 4, but, it's different. It's different. So, I was positively surprised on this.
And the main thing that the Thomas Berntsen have been trying to implement is a culture of training hard as well. Mm-hmm. And Michel was hired because he is known to be a coach that wants to train hard and push his players really to train hard, with both in the gym and on the pitch, and with multiple days of double workouts, double training sessions, etc. If you compare just like the volume of training here compared to other places, how would you say you rank AIK?
The volume, I would say that so far what I've seen so far, everything is so well organized to the smallest details. Since you go out and you do gym stuff, then you do after work that you need by yourself, then you go to pitch, and everything's so well organized. Even we talk about the training that we will have. And before that we go out, we have a meeting about the training, comment. It's good that everybody's saying his opinion about some situation of some exercise, after the exercise, for example, for the defenders, that we do some exercise, then after that we talk with each other where we can improve, what we can do better, so that's good. And the volume of the training, it's really, I would say so far it's a pre-season. I don't know, I can't compare during the season, but so far everything, it's really first class. First class, yeah.
Well,
I would say in some other clubs you cannot see that kind of organization.
Well,
So yeah, it's positive.
that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Throughout your career, wherever you played, have you picked up any like particular players that are good friends of yours today, or from back home in Croatia? Any like players that are either like mentors to you, or just like good friends that you think you will continue to be in touch with?
Yeah, of course. I've stayed in the contact with many players, you know, and mostly of them would be from Balkan area, you know, this ex-Yugoslavian area. But this is what I've been a little bit, you know, regret, you know, when because I was staying not long time in each club, you know, either 6 months or 1 year. So you just made some good connection with teammates, and then you have to leave. Of course, you stay in touch, you talk, you know, FaceTime, you meet sometimes. But I'm grateful that I made some really nice friends in football world, for sure. Difficult for me to now mention one or two, because I changed clubs, and there is really some really good guys.
Does it ever get lonely when you have to travel to a new country and you have to switch like context and switch locations again and again? Like, does it ever affect the mental parts?
Of course, I think every person has its ups and downs. At the beginning, it was challenging, but it made me thinking more open-minded. I think I was stronger in these parts after a couple of years, and it's not easy, but you just go with I would say you go with the flow, and try to relax, and to take the best out of any situation that you are.
Yeah, you have to, right? You have to
because otherwise you are say, you know, fucked.
Yeah, there's no point in wasting energy on it. But I can still imagine. I can still imagine that, like, let's say you go on a loan, you have a pretty decent spell. The team doesn't end up keeping you permanently. You go back to the team. Yeah. Now you think like, okay, I'm gonna take my chance this time, and then a new loan opportunity comes up, and if it happens a few times, you get kind of like pulled out of the context again and again, just as soon as you start to get to know your teammates. Yeah. I imagine that at least at times that can be a challenging part, because for a football player, the social life and the life outside of the football also affects how things go on the pitch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
So it's important to have like I would say, you know, not that much stressful part of this. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean. You know, just make it.
You want to have as little distractions as possible outside.
Yeah, to make that as small as possible, as little as possible.
Yeah. Okay, let's. I want to ask one final question. Mm-hmm. What are you hoping to accomplish here?
Sorry?
What are you hoping to accomplish with AIK?
What I'm hoping...
You have a 2-year contract here.
Yes. So first of all, I want to... Now we are starting the new season. At the moment we are, in pre-season, and my fully focused is at the moment here to make myself and to the team that we are as fit as possible and as ready as possible for the new season. My goal is to win the titles. I always have tendency to win the titles, because I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that. Of course, it's a process. We have to go day by day. Would be something really, really unbelievable if we do that, but it's a wrong path, a long road to that, and it's not normal from this position to saying about we are going to do this, we are going to do that, because it's the time is far away from it. But I'm trying to, and I will work hard for it, and with the club, with the team, that we do our best to make our fans happy, and for this season, and that's what I'm hoping for, and I believe we are on the good path to do that. It's just we don't need to talk about it too much. Just to go day by day.
Yeah. Well, I hope so too. Once again, Filip, welcome to AIK.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.